I do not want this Hunt guy to know that we're looking at him, but I want you on the man's tail. I want to know exactly what his connection is to Robert Barr.
You better look out, man. Barr is not his only connection. Those big boys in Vegas play rough.
So we play fast.
Yeah, so does Barr, but he cheats.
Which is why we got to get the jump on Barr.
Looks like he might already beat you to it.
What does that mean?
You know the old Robinson house?
You mean the place on the bluff, the place that's just sold after 6 months?
Yeah, just fell out of escrow. Guess who's snapping it up?
Are you kidding?
It's a hell of a view from up there, man.
Hello, neighbor.
What have we here?
Mr. Barr bought the house on the hill. He just wanted us to know.
Well, how thoughtful of Mr. Barr. What can we do for you, neighbor?
Oh, that's real nice of you to ask, but actually I'm here to talk some business with your wife.
Well, I suggest you discuss it in the morning.
Well, this can't wait.
Really?
What's so important?
I need your answer.
My answer to what?
Our merger proposal.
Well, I told you I would get back to you on that.
Well, I don't have time to wait. I have divisions all over the world that are on hold. I need to know tonight.
Okay, well, let me change.
Well, don't go to any trouble on my account.
Don't worry. Honey, why don't you keep the jacuzzi warm for me? I won't be long.
Okay.
You mind if I sit down?
Move my coat first.
Certainly.
Well, I suppose I should leave you two to your business. I'll be upstairs. I gotta make a phone call.
Okay. Well, I don't see why we can't be upfront with this.
Nothing I'd like better.
I submitted your proposal to the people of the company, and the consensus is they're entertaining the offer.
They're entertaining the offer? Does that mean you're not?
Well, I'm hardly going to tell you how everybody voted.
Ah, you don't have to. I can imagine the gracious response your father had to the offer.
Well, you can rest assured that I speak for the majority.
Good. I had a feeling you and I'd be able to work this out to our mutual satisfaction.
Well, then I guess this meeting's over.
Not quite. Now, I think I need to take a look at your operation from the bottom up.
Well, I can arrange for one of our top aides to show you around and...
One of your aides?
Well, yeah, you'll want to meet with all the heads of the divisions, correct?
You don't seem to understand. Mergers are delicate transactions that demand more than shared capital. They also require an equal measure of trust and respect between partners, not between aides. So, when do we start?
We?
You are still running Capital Enterprises, aren't you?
With my father.
I guess I could ask CC to show me around.
Well, that would last about 5 minutes.
Yeah, so that leaves you. What do you say we start with a tour of Santa Barbara operations tomorrow?
Well, that could take a lot of time, so let me check my schedule when and if I can clear my schedule.
Okay. I look forward to our closer connection.
Good night.
Good night, Mrs. Castillo. Good night, Mr. Castillo.
Mr. Barr.
I think I remember the way out.
Good night. Good riddance.
Did you let him know that you were entertaining the idea of doing this merger?
Yes. And he roped me into a tour of our company.
What does that mean? Does that mean a personal tour of the company?
I can handle it.
Well, I'm sure you can, darling, but,
What?
Well, I just don't like the idea of you being in front of this operation, especially given what I've heard about the guy.
What have you
lately.
heard about the guy? I mean, recently.
That he's connected to Las Vegas, and knowing him, that probably means connected to the mob. If you pretend to be pursuing this merger with him, and later he finds out that you never intended to go through with it, he's going to be angry, and so are the people behind and above him.
Maybe so. But listen, this whole thing is going to take at least 2 or 3 weeks. Let him think that I'm some little trained monkey on the end of his leash. While the rat's away from his ship, you and Daddy can sink it.
What can I tell you? I just don't like the idea of you being alone with him, especially if it means 2 weeks.
Alone with 2,000 other Capitol employees, I think it's a lot safer to have him be out in the open than behind closed doors.
Every time you agree to one of his suggestions, he ups the ante. Next thing he's going to want is the key to your office.
I hope not. My desk is a mess. He'll lose complete faith in my executive skills.
It's a bad joke, but it's nice to see you got your sense of humor back. Since this afternoon, you were sort of floating that for a while, weren't you?
Just trying to make the best out of a bad situation.
So why don't you let your daddy show him around? How can you complain if the chairman emeritus of the corporation takes your place?
Oh, now, come on, honey. Can't you just imagine that? Daddy and Barr tooling around the Ojai plant in a golf cart? They'd strangle each other.
So you appoint an executive committee to keep him busy, and you will figure out a solution to this mess.
Sweetie, Barr is not like that. He wants to deal with people executive to executive, person to person, like a summit conference. Now, listen. Believe me, my idea of business as usual is not becoming a tour guide, but if we're going to employ this stalling tactic, then I'm the best one to distract him.
Maybe you distracted him too well.
I don't believe it. You're jealous after all these years.
I am not jealous. When I stop being jealous, then you should start worrying.
I won't worry if you won't. You're jealous.
I'm going to toast to your... If that is our friend, I swear to God, I'm going to suggest he buy a house in Montecito. You know, the style of the place would probably suit him. What's up?
Your brother, to no good.
Oh, that's a fine hello.
Hello?
That's better.
What about my brother?
Gina claims someone's been selling our secrets to Robert Barr, and I didn't have to look very far to find out who it was.
Now, wait a second. Now, that's ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Now, wait. He doesn't have the cleanest history when it comes to honesty, but he would not do that to Kelly. He's crazy about her. Why would he take a chance like that, knowing it might hurt her?
I don't know, but I talked to the boy myself, and he didn't have a whole hell of a lot to say to me. In fact, he was scared to death.
Oh, for the love of God. Well, I guess it's time for me to have a talk with the boy myself.
Now, wait a second. Now, Daddy, consider the source. Gina?
I happen to know Gina very well, and usually you would be correct, but this time I think she's made a very good point.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Let's see.
Cruz, please, hear him out first.
You get off pulling this kind of stunt, Barr. I held up my end of the deal. You shafted me!
Why would I bother?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
I didn't tell anyone a thing about you.
Oh, no, but your little big-mouthed bimbo sure did, didn't she?
Whatever Mrs. Timmons said is out of my control. You shouldn't let her see you up here. You should have been more discreet.
Save me the lectures, okay? I just want to know what the hell you're going to do about it.
I hardly see how any of this is my concern, Rick.
I can't believe you. You blackmailed me into this, Barr. You better well make it your problem. You didn't show her. You didn't even think about showing her your scummy little file, did you?
Look, I told you, as long as you cooperate, your brother's scummy little file is safe.
Tell me something. Where are you going to get your inside information after Cruz bashes my head in?
Now, wouldn't that be ironic? Brother beats up brother for saving his neck. You can't win for losing, can you?
Nobody wins all the time, Barr. Not even you. Your turn's coming, pal.
I still don't like this. If Barr gets a look at the books and we fail to undercut him, he'll know exactly where to strike.
Daddy, you can't think like that. When have you ever failed?
Counting my marriages, a lot.
Come on, don't be a wimp.
Oh, yeah, just postpone the financial disclosures and get him on a wild goose chase with as many regional directors as you can muster, okay?
No dice. He wants a guided tour, and I'm the guide.
Oh, man, bastard. First he wants the empire, then he wants the empress.
Now, wait a second. The Empress is an old married woman with 2 kids.
Who happens to be a knockout, especially to a man who likes taking things that belong to other people.
You know, you men in my life are all alike.
Well, that's the way we're supposed to be. You want to tell me what Cruz is supposed to think of all this?
He thinks the same thing that you do. He's hell-bent on protecting me, but why?
Why do you think? Just because you happen to be running a big company, don't forget that you happen to be a woman also.
And I can pack a big wallop of my own if I have to.
Yeah, you're tough.
Darling Gina. Where's Gina?
I don't know. She doesn't live here.
Well, you wouldn't know it. The whole town's been watching her give you room service for weeks.
Well, the whole town must be pretty starved for entertainment then.
Hardly. But Gina does keep us laughing with that mouth of hers.
Ah, I think we're finally getting to the heart of this visit, huh?
Yes, we are. Why is the Wicked Witch of the West going around telling everybody that Rick Castillo is a spy for your organization?
Oh, I have no idea.
Well, is he?
Why don't you ask him?
I'm asking you.
You're in love with him, aren't you?
That has nothing to do with it.
Oh, it has everything to do with it. Because you can't see clearly enough that he's no good for you. He doesn't deserve you. He's just a little 2-bit hustler.
Don't sit there, Mr. Barr, and pass judgment on someone that you don't know.
Oh, I know Rick Castillo very well, believe me. What is it with you Capwell women and these Castillo men? Is this the princess and the peasant syndrome, or what?
I am very sorry I wasted your time.
Bet you came here to find an answer.
Well, why don't you stop playing games then and tell me the truth?
Don't you already know?
That didn't take long at all. What'd you do, change in a phone booth and fly right over?
So you're not even going to pretend you don't know why I'm here?
No. I mean, I think it's damn sweet of you, too. You know, it's been some time since you read me any bedtime stories.
You think this is funny?
It's typical.
Did you sell out the Capwells to Robert Barr?
Does it really make any difference?
It makes a difference to me, you selfish bastard. This is my family we're talking about.
Then what the hell does that make me?
I was the god I knew, man. Did you or did you not sell the Capwells?
That's a real good question. You know? I mean, you Caped Crusaders think everything is so black and white. It was either the bum that did it or the saint is squeaky clean. Well, remind me to tell you about Gray sometime.
What's wrong with right now?
Forget about it. You wouldn't understand.
You want me to beat it out of you, Rick? Push me 1 more inch.
Just like old times, huh, bro? Nice.
God help you. I'm not going to get you out of this.
Oh, yeah? Why not? Then you got me into it.
What the hell is that?
You really want to know?
Yes, I want to know! You going to answer your phone?
Why don't you, Cruz? There's not anybody I want to talk to.
Hello?
Cruz,
Who's this?
it's me, Dante. Your wife gave me this number.
What do you want?
I just thought you'd like to know. Barr just left his suite, but he's staying in the building. Looks like he could be meeting someone.
I'm on my way. This conversation is not over.
Trying to figure out a way to rule the wind?
No, I was just admiring it, actually. I love these Santa Anas. I love the way the static electricity just charges everything up.
Guess that explains it.
Explains what?
The friction in the air.
Strange, don't you think? Every really romantic place in the world seems to have its own special wind. The Scirocco's, the Mistral.
And here I just thought it was a bunch of hot air.
Well, did you come up here just to spoil my fun?
No. I was on my way to the office to pick up some paperwork, and Renfield told me you were here.
Oh, I'm glad she did. Why don't we go downstairs and have a drink? Wait, I got another idea. Let's have some champagne.
No, really. I can't. I have plans. I just came by to tell you that I'll pick you up tomorrow at noon.
Is that all? Could have left a message with Renfield to do that.
Actually, no. I did come up here to see you.
You did?
I'm joking.
Don't run off.
Why is it that you've chosen me to express your loneliness to?
Do I seem lonely to you?
Yeah.
You're right, I am. You always were intuitive.
What do you mean?
Since I've been dealing with you. What I mean to say is I like your style.
I wish I could say the same.
What's going on here?
What's it look like?
Looks like you got lost on the way to the bar. Isn't this a little dangerous?
Oh, well, you know us financial types, always living on the edge. Care to join me?
Where's my wife?
She left here a while ago. What, are you worried about her?
No. Actually, I was worried about you. I was afraid she might have pushed you over. Didn't you tell me you never drank, Mr. Barr?
Well, I'm never always 100% predictable, Inspector.
That's good to know. I'll keep that in mind.
Well, you seem pretty at home out here on the edge yourself.
Well, actually, I've been known to go flat out over the edge when necessary.
And when is that?
Well, when it seems, for instance, like I might need to protect something precious to me.
I'll keep that in mind.
You should. Thanks for the drink.
By the way, that man you have assigned to me, you can tell him I'll be down soon.
Yeah, I will. But do yourself a favor. Take the stairs.